This is Ralph Burns, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you a quick and easy way to motivate your salespeople, even if you've tried to motivate your salespeople in the past and may have failed to get the results that you desire. We call it the lazy sales manager's way to motivate. Now you see, I'm a lot like you, and for the life of me, for years and years, I couldn't figure out how to motivate my salespeople and unlock their true potential. That is, until I learned just a few key tricks and techniques, which you're going to learn today. Now just recently, my partner and I, Alexander Nyes, surveyed thousands of sales managers about what they needed most to get their salespeople to produce big-time sales results. We received hundreds of responses from sales managers just like you. We then spent countless hours sifting through all those answers and looking for common threads and real areas of need. And let me tell you, we learned a lot. But there were a couple of issues that kept coming up over and over again. So based on these findings, we decided to put together a series of videos to help you solve your most pressing issues. So based on the survey, the biggest question by far was, how do I motivate my sales reps to peak sales performance? So let's get right into it. Now, the nasty little truth about motivating is that there's really no one single way to do it. In reality, the act of motivating is really a combined result of hundreds, if not thousands, of individual leadership interactions and decisions that you make on a daily basis with your sales reps. But when motivating is done precisely right, it'll result in a motivated sales team who will both become self-functioning while achieving great sales increases for you and your company. Now let me ask you, do you treat each of your salespeople exactly the same? Now when you do this, you might think that you're being fair, because being fair to your salespeople is what great sales managers do, right? But if you treat them all the same, that would presuppose that they are all the same. But are they? I think both you and I know that all your salespeople are not the same. You have top performers, you have middle performers, you have not so top performers, and those groups are very different. Then why do you treat them all the same way? Well, let me ask you this. As a sales manager, do you blindly follow the golden rule and treat others as you would like to be treated? In an effort to be a fair sales manager, this all sounds good in theory, but does it actually make any sense? How do you actually know what your salespeople want to be treated like, and whether or not they want to be treated just like you, or are you just assuming? So if you treat them all the same, or treat them in the way that you want to be treated, then it's safe to assume that you're most likely motivating all the same as well. It's like the story of the 5-year-old boy who on his mother's birthday gives her a toy fire truck because that's what he wanted. Do you motivate your sales team around the very same objectives that you felt were important when you were a salesperson? For example, let's say that when you were a sales rep, you were primarily motivated by money. And that's how you motivate all your sales reps now. But that is classic, conventional, average sales management thinking, which you really want to avoid. Here's the thing. Since all your salespeople are completely unique individuals with different hopes, dreams, desires, aspirations, morals, and personalities, a one-size-fits-all motivational approach just doesn't work. So why motivate them as if those differences don't even exist? Now here's the real secret to sales management motivation. First, uncover each sales rep's motivation. Then, motivate them according to their individual motivations. The good news is that this is very easy to do. So easy, in fact, that's why we called this video The Lazy Sales Manager's Way to Motivate, because all you need to do is find out what those individual motivations are. Then once you find this out, you simply align your message to each sales rep with an undercurrent of the individual motivations of that rep. See, in everything that you do, you must be motivating and communicating for a specific reason, and that reason is to unleash superior sales results from your salespeople. In essence, you must always be motivating. But don't get too complicated. Just find out what actually motivates them. So how do you find out these motivations? Do you look into a crystal ball? Do you ask roundabout questions to them about what they were like when they were kids? Should you ask them questions about their personal lives? Are they getting married soon? Are they looking to buy a house? Do they want to just stay single? Should you ask them about their deepest, darkest secrets, their father and their mother, mommy never loved me kind of scenarios? Do you call their past bosses and interview them? Well, you don't need to do any of that. In fact, what you need to do is so simple. All you need to do is ask. I'm just truly amazed at how many sales managers have no idea what motivates their salespeople. I remember a sales management client of mine who was telling me about a problem sales rep of hers, saying how he's not making quota, constantly struggling with his numbers. So I asked her, I said, what motivates him? She stammered and she stuttered, and clearly she made up something on the spot, which I think was, she said that money was the motivator, but she really didn't know. I thought, how can she possibly expect to get this rep to do anything if she has no idea what makes him tick? But how many of us do this though? The thing is that we all do it, because none of us have enough time. We all get so caught up in all the emails and the conference calls and the signing off of expense reports and the monitoring of the administrative tasks, all the things that get in the way of actually doing the single most important thing that will drive sales. So instead of getting caught up in all that, you need to know what gets your sales reps out of bed in the morning, what makes them tick, what drives them. Just get this information and get it quick. Otherwise, you're totally flying blind. Now, if you want to get the best from your salespeople and push them to achieve sales excellence, then it would stand to reason that you should need to know the forces that are driving them there, right? Then just use that information as a daily guide to steer your conversations and interactions with them. The goal is to help them get what they want, not what you just think that they should want.